Alright, welcome back to Metal Hero Review, episode 121. We're reviewing episodes of Janperson, episodes 3 through 5. In episode 3, we're introduced to a brand new character here and a brand new organization. Though by the end of the very next episode, we're introduced to 2 more organizations. Like, really? Yes, really. That is not a joke. That is 100% completely true. So, in episode 4, we're introduced to a company known as Tewaki Conran. Its president, Razabaru Tewaki. We're also introduced to his assistants, Maya and Sarah, in this very episode. And the whole thing is like, yeah, he kind of is a fan of Janperson, but he really wants to get rid of it because he might be interfering in his plans. So he hires, believe it or not, 5 assassins. We have a pair of siblings known as the Street Fighters, Bounty Django, and Wild Demon Ninja Doki. And here's something interesting about all these actors. They're all suit actors. Yep. As a matter of fact, I think one of them, the one who played Bounty Hunter Django, he actually is the head of a company known as Red Entertainment Deliver. Yep. And it's like they just had these 4 suit actors just come here for this episode. And the whole thing is trying to kill Janperson. There's also a minor subplot of, these kids looking for their father. And the episode kind of began with Janperson just basically beating up and capturing these thieves who stole from a self-defense base. And they also had this universal key card, which can work anywhere. And there is a professor, basically, who kind of made one of these ones. Apparently, they're made for some reason. He was later asked, who basically gave him the idea, who basically backed the operation. According to the doctor himself, after he's rescued, he has no idea. He was just randomly chosen to be making this damn thing. We also have it where him and his kids get captured, and then, of course, Janperson has to rescue them, and one of the assassins, one of the Street Fighters, Zio, she's actually killed in the episode. And then, the other 3 are yeah, we're not going to work together, we're going to do our own thing. So, Da proceeds to basically try to kill himself. There's also another subplot involving I think this one was not the woman that was. This was basically oh, let's just try to kill him, and eventually, they all just die by suicide. Yeah, basically Da tried to fight Janperson. Janperson's no selling everything. They had to fight for a while, so they commit suicide. And then it's discovered, oh crap, there's a bomb in this hospital. Bomb in this hospital. So Janperson goes in while the police officers, the detectives, and the reporter, who's here, just evacuate the hospital. So they do no problem. Janperson finds the bomb. It's very small, so he takes it in his jet, flies in the water, drops it, and he basically fires it, blows it up, and then is talk about I'm gonna basically get you another time. And once it's I've got the connection, don't just remember, don't remind you of that hell. And then we're introduced to 2 other individuals. One is the head of the Neo Guild, a guy by the name of George Maccabee. And the thing with this character is, he identifies himself as the older brother of the guy killed back in episode 2, who was Ben Fujinami. I thought this was kind of weird that he identified him as his brother. Now, I tried to look up and see exactly if he's been anything else. Well, not really. I found practically nothing. It looks like, I'm looking at this guy here. He's basically wearing these shoulder pads. Also, they look like they're smoking. As to why this is, I don't know. And looking at the guy's face, he kind of looks like he's Japanese. Looks like he's white. That could have been dubbed over. were introduced to his guild backers, that's his bodyguards, guard robots, and they were introduced to another organization known as the Super Science Network, headed by a woman named Riko Anakuji. And I liked how old the actress was at the time when she played this character, because she looked very stunning at the time. She was, I kid you not, she was 39 when she played this, when she was in the show. Yeah, 39 years old. You're like, really? And here's the thing. Prior to this show, she was in like a few other Metal Hero series. She was Galactic Witch Gilza from Jaspion. She appeared in the first 2 Space Rescue Trilogy. And she was also Intelligence Staff Officer Marbon. Yep. And the show was released in 1989, which means at the time she was probably 35, I think it was. Yeah, actually was 35. But yeah, the woman looks fantastic. She doesn't do anything in the first episode. She doesn't do anything in episode 5. She has appeared at the end of episode 5, implying the fact she's going to play a role in the next episode, which she probably will. So, the whole thing in episode 5 is that we have this new robot named Omega DX. Also, these prisoner robots who appear in this episode. One of whom, I kid you not, one looks like the robot who was the reporter from episode 2. She's kind of back here, but it's the same design. Probably the same actress playing a different character. They have one prisoner robot. Apparently, there's a robot prisoner. Apparently, someone released them. Who it was, don't know yet. So, one of them wears an outfit that makes it look like Kentaro from Black RX. Yes, literally the same exact outfit, except the only difference is she has black fingerless gloves compared to him. He actually had white. And the subplot of this one is that we have a girl who is walking, and of course she actually can walk. It takes a while to she has the courage to walk. And of course George doesn't tell him, like, oh yeah, I'm basically the older brother, the guy you killed back in episode 2. He doesn't say that per se. He says the reason why he felt as though he died. It's like he doesn't want revenge. He just basically just really wants to kill him, because also he deemed his brother very weak. That could probably wear out the fact that, well, he got killed basically an episode after he debuted. Like, he's probably by far, for a big villain, he is by far the quickest villain I've ever seen. Like, they debuted Guild in episode 1. They pretty much just destroyed the organization by episode 2. And then here, we have a new version of Guild. Probably the first time I've seen this, they have a new version of the same organization in the same series since Kamen Rider Super 1, which came out like 12 years prior to the show. This is a very similar idea to that. And I think this may have been the very first Metal Hero series to actually have multiple factions. Yeah, this has 3. A corporation, a science group, and the Neo Guild. Yes, so they try, of course, he debuts his robot known as Omega DX. Yes, that's the name of this robot. It's actually a very expensive looking robot. It looks really nice. Yeah, and it gets defeated by 2 brand new weapons who make their debut in episode 5. One is, well, they have this thing called the Wire Punch, which debuted in episode 3. He does use it here. The Arc Fire is a special gun he just attaches to his hand. It also has a thing called the Jam Blader, which also debuts in episode 5 as well. Interesting. And he uses it to defeat him, and of course George is angry. Then he takes an episode off. Yeah, he takes an episode off. Like, next time I see him active won't be until episode 9. Yeah, so he basically takes the next 3 episodes off. Because, of course, that the Super Science Network is actually their turn to send out a monster. Yes. There's a tease at the end of the episode that got me next, which apparently, when I read, they look like they are. So, looking forward to that. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share notifications. I'll see you all later with my reviews for Fire Force and more Metal Heroes. Good next video. Bye.